Order submitted. Order canceled. Order canceled.
Alright, market's pushing up a little bit. First couple minutes, we kind of just hung out around VWAP. Now we're getting a nice little push. Push away from VWAP. Got some pretty good buyers. Alright, 5 more minutes till the opening range. 15-minute opening range is set. We're not completely waiting on that to make any trades, but at this point, we kind of might as well. We got 5 minutes left. Market's not really doing too much yet. Kind of just pushing higher slowly without any pullbacks, so. We'll see what happens in the next couple minutes. That's kind of what we are waiting for. What's the numbers on the right? Checking these numbers. That's just the price. Price of NASDAQ right now. 25,075. Looking to sell at 25,109. Okay, I don't mind that. That's a pretty solid idea. So we have the Asia high at 113. So yeah, not a bad idea to sell around that Asia and London high. There, 113 and 128. Not a bad idea. We do have some news today. Kind of the first news we've really had all week at 8 o'clock. So that's definitely something we got to be a little mindful of. Might actually do something since we haven't had much news this week yet. Existing home sales. Should move the market. Definitely want to be careful of that. With Zala, thank you for sharing the live. Appreciate it.
Order submitted.
I don't mind this. If we kind of hold this 90
Order
MA,
filled.
get a little push up through this bull flag.
Target filled.
Just like that. Just like that. Great little trade there. Okay, 1 more minute till this 15-minute range is set. Just gotta double check something here. Yeah, that's in the wrong spot.
Order submitted.
Hold up. Fix that. Oh, Netflix. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Alright, let's see if we get a little bounce. Retest off the high here. Looks like we're kind of getting a premature bounce here. Are you making money, I see? Of course. Of course. Had a nice little bull flag off the Sunny EMA, just barely. Yeah, it looks like we're just getting kind of front ran right there. The market makers know. They know I'm looking for that 15-minute opening range bounce. So they gotta make sure bounces right before it.
Order canceled.
Per usual. News in 15 minutes, yes. Actually 12 minutes now. 12 minutes we got existing home sales. First kind of bigger news we've had this week, so I imagine could move the market. Could move the market a decent amount. We'll see. We almost made it to the overnight high there. Just about there. Alright, pushing through right now. I'll go for another retest off this.
Order submitted.
Might not get filled here. So the buyers just want to take it all the way up without any pullbacks. I definitely will try and be flat around 8 o'clock. You definitely don't want to be in the market when news goes live. Let's still give it a couple minutes, see if it comes back down. Still might get a nice bounce. Support right there. So far though, buyers are holding up well. ES is also looking pretty bullish, looking pretty good. Looks like on ES we did manage to get above that 15-minute opening range, come back and find that support, and then continue up higher. Could be pulling back here a little bit, but so far not enough. Not enough to make any trades. That's alright, that's alright. Still got 7 minutes till news. Probably enough time to make a trade, but also not the most time. Well, there's the buyers. Pushing price even higher. A little mini pullback there,
Order canceled.
but definitely not much to work with. We almost built a bull flag, but not really. Unless you like kind of look at the bodies of the candle maybe, but definitely not my typical flag setup. Didn't get down to the 90 MA either, so not quite ideal, as they say. Yeah, four minutes till news. I'm just gonna sit back and watch for now. Don't want to force anything with news coming up. Things might get messy. We'll see. We'll see. Here's a little bit better of a pullback. Almost down to the 90 MA. Only 3 minutes till news though. And I don't think we'll get super good setup in that time. But also even if we did, kind of smart to stay flat, not be in any trades, even like 5 minutes before news, especially 2 or 3 minutes. Don't want to do anything too crazy. We'll see though. News might not actually do that much, but in my mind, I think we might. But only time will tell. Time will tell. All right, 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Like I said, I recommend being flat, but hey, do what you want. Do what you want. Some people make lots of money trading news, so good for them. But I don't. I don't mess with it. Holy Moses, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. All right, here's the news. Well, not really doing anything. It could change in the next little bit, but so far it's a little sad, not gonna lie. I was still a somewhat big candle. It was bigger than these other candles, but not the most exciting news. But I guess back to looking for some setups. Original, thank you for the follow, appreciate it. Yeah, we're below the 90 MA. We took out some of these lows. It was almost looking like we might want to start going lower. Also, it could be holding up here and push back to the highs. We'll see. Kind of holding this 5-minute fair value gap as well. There's so many V shapes. Yeah, I've noticed that a lot too. Looking back at the movement from 6 months ago when it was totally different. Now it's just all V shapes and random pop and drops. Yeah, I know Nasdaq is notorious for having some of those random moves, but I definitely would agree. Like 6 months ago, or even like a year ago, when I was trading, the price action was a lot different. A lot different. But yeah, I've noticed like with both the V shapes, but also just like the lack of good reversals, if that makes sense, because that kind of goes with the V shapes, where typically you'd have. I mean, yeah, this is just a V shape all the way up, but typically before you get like a little move down, you have like, your typical liquidity sweep, break of structure, and then you pull back, and then you find some support, and then you make the move down, right? But we've seen very few of those kind of setups where there's actually like that reversal setup. Instead, we just get like the V shape. Actually, might even get, I don't know, we're not in a downtrend, but this is kind of a nice bear flag. Kind of tempting. Yeah, the sweeps and wick reverses we're barely even getting. So definitely tough last year. I mean, like I was kind of talking about the other day, my 6 payouts I got from Apex, I got doing that exact same thing last year. I had like an 80% win rate, and it was just like, it was almost too easy. Just wake up, wait for it to do its thing, get a little reversal, and then boom, make some money. Alright, this could be that bear flag playing out. just a little bit. May have been like, may have been a little break-even trade there. Maybe not. Maybe not yet. Could still work out. ES needs to stay above this range. Yeah, if we're gonna, let's see. Yeah, it looks like we definitely got this little chop going on the ES. If you took it, okay. The makers, oh wait, sorry, I missed one. The makers would have had you missed by 1 tick if you took it exactly. No, yeah, this wick right here would have missed my target and then gone back up to break even and then would have went to the target. That's how it works. It's like you have to just scalp 5 or 10 points. Any longer and it'll just take you out. Kinda, yeah. That's hard to say you're wrong on that because pretty much. Again, that's why I kind of have adapted my strategy to like I've been doing. It's like I just take the 12.5 points, like sometimes less, off these little bear and bull flags because it seems to kind of be the best way recently of making money is just going with a little bit of the momentum, right, with the trend and just get like a little continuation, a little breakout or a retest. Seems to be something that should work for now, right? No reason it shouldn't work. But yeah, kind of definitely a lot different than before. I still do take some trades that are a little bit longer, like you've seen with when I take those trades on the 5-minute off like the inverse fair value gaps. Now those ones still have been working well enough to pass my account and stuff, but no, yeah, I've adapted from a trade like this, right, where we have that breakage structure and then we find a support in like a fair value gap or something in here, and then make the move down for like a 1-to-1 risk to reward. I went from taking those trades exclusively to now hardly taking them at all, which is crazy. I might have to reevaluate that and back test a little bit and like still take them since they were so good and obviously got me plenty of payouts. But definitely need to adapt and change them a little bit just because what I was doing is just stopped working around the same time last year. Blew some up accounts following my rules and I was like, what's going on here? What's going on? So definitely learn, adapt, and overcome, right? But yeah, some more V shapes coming up. Definitely a lot of what the market's been doing lately. Can't believe there's no blood on my shirt because US 30 got hit close range. Oh boy. So we kind of bounced off the overnight highs there. See if we can get through them or if we hold them and push back higher. Also, we got 20 seconds till this 5-minute candle closes. We could be taking this inverse over here. Could be kind of nice.
Order submitted.
Yeah, if we get a little pullback to the 140s, we'll take a trade. But yeah, knowing the market makers, we're probably just gonna go down right now without any pullback. That's what he likes to do. There's the V exactly. Make the move without the pullback. Leave us all in the dust. A little bit sad, but what can you do? All the way up, all the way down. I know you'd think we get a little better continuation off this big move up, but this is something that the market used to do a lot. Again, kind of last year, is we would make that just a little initial move, build out the reversal, and then kind of reverse down, and that's where a lot of the money was made. So I wouldn't mind if we started doing that again, but this is not really a setup. We kind of just chopped up here and then moved down. So exactly, went to the wayside. I imagine at some point they'll come back. Some point, maybe not completely yet, but at some point they should. Because that's just kind of how the market goes. Technically, I don't know. I doubt it'll just like never work again. Alright, here's that pullback up. Almost to the 40s. We're almost there. We'll see if we get it. Also, we got some buyers coming in. Maybe don't want to get it. No, we'll still take it. It's still a pretty solid setup. Kind of missed it by like just a point there. Getting real close. I haven't gotten in yet.
Order filled.
Alright, we're in. Again, buyers still looking pretty solid, but hopefully we can find some support here and just come all the way back down. Need the sellers to step up here, make a move. I've been trading for a couple of years now. I just got my first fund in and passed it. Nice. Congratulations. What should I watch for? A+ setups. Whatever makes you feel confident to get in a trade is what I would say. There's lots of different strategies out there. Some better than others, some not as good. But definitely just whatever you feel the most confident taking. Definitely don't force any trades that are not in line with your strategy. If you pass the funded account, that means you're a pretty good trader, or at least you've proven within at least a couple weeks or a month that you're a good trader. So just do that same thing again. Passing in 2 days definitely isn't traditional. Like it works. Some prop firms obviously they offer like a 1 day to pass or yeah 2 days to pass. So impressive maybe, but yeah, it definitely wouldn't prove that you're necessarily like a consistently profitable trader, unfortunately. Oh, there's the sell chats. There it is. Worse than a couple minis or micros on this account, but that is the slab we've been waiting for. Unfortunately, didn't quite make it all the way down there. We don't break even though, because slabs like that can be kind of scary. Hopefully we just get all the way down here. That'd be fantastic. Bouncing off the Asia high right now. Yes, selling off a little bit more. Just took out these lows. We need the Nasdaq to take out the lows. Right here, that's what we need to hit my profit target. Nice little sell off there. Break even won't be the end of the world, but it won't be ideal either. Made 3K day one, went up 20K day, but I didn't know about consistency rule. Oh, that's crazy. Had to sell my profits back to 3.1 just past 10 minutes ago. Nice. Bit of a crazy journey there, but good for you. Why are you trading this? Doesn't seem like a smart trade. I don't know. I mean, I'm up. What is that, like 25 points? Wait, no. It's like, I don't know how many points that is.
Target filled.
Well, we hit it for 40 points. Bam. That's why I took the trade. Seems pretty smart now that you're looking at it. I don't know. To me it looks good. That's why I took it. $164 on this account. But you can see this is on higher time frame, 5 minutes, closed below this fair value gap, and we're already building out bearish price action on the 1 minute, right? So then once we closed below, we went back and retested the bottom of it here, and then you can see we had very little drawdown, and then we just had this big slap down. So that's the move. Looks like a gamble. I'd say no. I mean, I just explained the setup. I have an 80% win rate with this setup, so it doesn't happen all the time. 5 minute chart, right? A little bit. A little bit more rare is what the word I was looking for. I don't hear a dumb explanation. That's what I'm saying. I mean, anything's a gamble if you're not confident in it. That's what I usually say, right? Because I could trade your strategy, and for me, it'd probably be a gamble. But my strategy, for me, is never really a gamble because I'm confident in it, and I have my risk management, and I kind of know what I'm doing. I mean, still working on being consistently profitable all the time. Should bet the house, bro. That's what I'm saying. I knew that short was coming. Didn't quite bet the house. Just $164. Yeah, I usually trade lower time frames, but that one was on the 5-minute chart. Oh, you're talking about yesterday. Facts. No, I definitely should have. Those sales were crazy. You ever trade 1 or 4 hours? No, but I do look at those charts to help my bias and just see what the market's doing. But I don't like look at them and take trades on them, if that makes sense. So we're finding a little support here though, off the 15-minute opening range high. Why is that? Or it just doesn't work with your strategy? I just don't, again, I look at it and I use it to help my strategy, but it just isn't my strategy, if that makes sense. And yeah, trading futures, like technically saying, like it's not the most viable for like futures. Because if you look at this is the 1-minute chart, like things are happening every single minute, right? And typically my strategy, like even this one, it's what some would refer to as a bull flag, right? We took out this high and had a nice little breakout. You're not going to see that on the 1-hour chart. Like so far we've barely, the market hasn't even been open for an hour, right? So like all these, like this trade that I took and then this other one I took, like you can't even see this on the 1-hour chart. The 1-hour chart, like if I switch to where is it? The 1 hour. This is all you see on the 1-hour chart. So like you're not even seeing any of these trades that I took today. That so far I've won all of them, which is just 2, but still take it. But like on the 1-hour chart, you're not even seeing any of these trades. Now yeah, you might be seeing some of these trades, but again, like he was saying, you're gonna have to trade like very small micros to take these trades, and those are definitely more like swing trader type of moves. Because yeah, look at this. This is 2 micros, $164. If I took 1 micro and was trying to take like a trade here with a stop loss below here, I mean that's like what, 200 points, which is still like $400 on 1 micro. And that's assuming that you did have your stop down here somewhere off an entry here. This is like an example. Yeah, trading on the 1 hour, I know works for people, but I think that's typically like a 4x thing. If you're trading like 4x, oh wow, that was a nice little pop up. Yeah, another little V. FX Mastermind, thank you for the follow, appreciate it. But yeah, if you're trading 4x or crypto or something else, definitely makes sense that you'd see some, 1 hour trades, some swing traders taking those larger time frame trades, right? Like imagine if I was trading some Bitcoin, maybe I'd do that, right? Look for a good 1 hour setup, 4 hour, even daily, and just like let it ride for a couple days or weeks. But I'm trying to, on futures especially, I can't risk that much. The leverage on this is crazy. So I'm trying to get in and out within like a couple minutes. Maybe like 5 to 10 minutes max. Well, maybe like 30 minutes max, but I'm trying to make my money and get out. Yeah, exactly. Those momentum trades, especially the ones that work good on like NASDAQ and ES, definitely wouldn't work as well with Forex just because of the chop and the spread. Like there's just not as much liquidity in the market compared to futures. That's what I need to do is start 5 minutes, make a couple hundred. Exactly. I try to hold for 500, 1,000 lately. It just doesn't do, just not doing it. Yeah, like we talked about yesterday, like the longer you're exposed to the market and the risk, that's when the market manipulators and the big traders, they tend to take advantage of you. I know, I'm kind of wondering too. He must be coming from Forex. I've seen a couple people come into the chat and they're like really Forex minded. And they're like, well, why'd you take that trade? Like, why are you on like the 1 minute chart? Oh, he's typing. That makes sense. That makes sense. Because I do know some people that they watch like the 4 hour chart and sometimes they will take like, I think someone in the chats, he might have been on YouTube. He took like a 1 hour or like a 4 hour fair value gap trade or something. And like I think it worked. Like he made like $800 on stream. I was like, oh shoot, good for you. But I mean, yeah, typically you're not gonna see those trades all the time, especially on Nasdaq, and you're gonna miss out on a lot of the other stuff going on if you're just looking at only the 1 hour chart. And I'll also say I don't think either of us saying the 1 hour and 4 hour charts don't work. It would just require a lot more risk and a lot more time trading, like he said. Sorry, throat's a little rough right now. Yeah, exactly. Risk per time trading, kind of bad. The goal is to be in the market as little time as possible while keeping the risk as low as possible. At least that's what I try and do. But yeah, if you like size down a lot, or yeah, if you're trading like Forex and you just trade like 10% of your account size, then yeah, if you're taking like 1 hour chart trade, I'm sure it works. Well, I know it does, but futures, a little hard to do that. That doesn't mean I don't take trades based off, like I said, 1 hour and 4 hour levels. Like even this level right here, this is technically, I mean, it's the overnight high, like the London high. But I'm sure it kind of corresponds with like, yeah, if I switch to the 1 hour chart, the overnight high is literally at the high of a 1 hour candle. Like you can see, oh, I moved it, shoot. I need to like remember to lock these. But this right here, London high, this is the high of a 1 hour candle. And I didn't take the trade today, but typically I look at that overnight high as a level that we bounce. And you can see right here, we came down and we bounced off of it for like 10 points. So on another day, that would have been a trade that I take, which is technically based off the 1 hour chart, even though I look at it on the 1 minute chart. Same with the Asia high, which is somewhere in here. Right, so in that sense, like by trading like the session highs and lows, or at least like watching them, I'm technically trading the 1 hour chart, just not looking at it exclusively. I still look at the 1 minute because that's how I get my confirmation, right? Because even for this trade, like you'll see me do on stream all the time, get the 1 minute close above, and then I was hoping that we come down, retest, and then bounce off of it, which we didn't do, but we did bounce off of it later here. So, getting kind of the idea. Yeah, no, I can't imagine waiting hours in a trade with futures just because the market moves so much. And you'll see on Nasdaq, anything can happen in an hour. Trump could say anything and boom, you get liquidated. That doesn't make sense though. And like I'd say like I do what you said as far as using the 1 hour and 4 hours to notice big trends in the market, wait for signals, use lower time frames. Like I'd say, like I'm pretty sure most of us can agree with that, right? You look at the 1 hour, 4 hour, look for the overall trend, and then go to the smaller time frame, like the 1 minute, to kind of find a move that supports the trend. So definitely don't disagree with that. But like I said, I like to keep it between the 1 and the 5 minute charts as far as where I actually execute the trades. 15 minutes a bit high for me because yeah, those trades take just a tad long. Even this 5 minute trade that I took, I was lucky that only took like 5 minutes, but on another day, this trade could have taken like 20 to 30. But like I said, 20 to 30 is not too bad. But if it gets up to an hour, that's... I mean, if it doesn't hit my profit target in an hour, that means we're just chopping, basically. It's very rare that we don't hit a profit target within an hour and it's not chopping. Now that's me too. If it's 3 hours, I start tweaking. Nah, I definitely appreciate the sharing your thought process and the strategy. It's always good to hear from multiple people and what works for them. Because everyone does trade just a little differently. You might have just missed the question. Yeah, he's just wondering what your point risk per trade and average length of trade is. Sounds like, or I don't think, gold trading for real. Hey, you never know. You never know. Some people definitely like to talk the talk, even though they don't walk it. But we'll see. We'll see. I think he might have just missed your question. But yeah, I definitely would imagine he doesn't trade Nasdaq futures. But again, I could be wrong. Or even ES futures. But he might trade, yeah, like Forex or SPY or something. Who knows? Yeah, they are pretty basic metrics. He must be. It says he's still in the chat. He must be like typing it out or something, or maybe for him it is like just a little bit more of an explanation than for some of us. Because yeah, for me it's pretty easy just to say like, oh, typical trade, like a little bounce, little scalp. I'm risking like 12.5 points, right, on average, like I've been doing. But then on my 5-minute trade that I took, it's like, oh yeah, typically these trades I risk like 40 to 60 points, we'll say. Sometimes a little bit more. So I sized down a little bit. And yeah, like I said, these trades typically like 5 to 30 minutes. These trades like 30 seconds to 2 minutes, or maybe like 5 minutes max. Unless we're really chopping. Again, if it's anything, if this bull flag takes any longer than 5 minutes, that means we're just chopping. So we did take out the highs there though. ES kind of behind though. Still kind of in the middle of this little range we made. It's a little move down. But it looks like it is on its way up. See if it catches up or not. Iris 9, then 2.75 points after scaling 30 to 45 minutes. That's 350 minute candles max. Yeah. No, yeah, like I'm the same way. If it's over like 45 minutes, that's a little long, a little long. For options, I do 2 to 3 hours at max. Yeah, options is a whole different game, so that makes sense. You trade like zero, what's it called, like days till expiration, DTE options. I was looking at options a little bit last year. It's pretty interesting. Got into it. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, the statistical disadvantage isn't worth it. Yeah, when I was looking at options, it seemed like that one was kind of like the trendy thing to do. It's like, oh, 0 days till expiration. But like it was extremely risky, and it was just like it was kind of like this little uh niche thing that didn't really work that well for most people. Again, kind of a trendy like idea, but it seemed like the most popular was like 45 days till expiration, or maybe even like 90. I can't remember. I'd have to go back and look at some of the stuff. I might get into options here. Could be a little less stressful. Probably still a little bit, but you know, take your trade. Take your iron condor. I don't know. So again, don't know too much about options, but I looked into it a little bit and it was kind of interesting. Manage your trade 21 days out or whatever. But I definitely like I like staying on my toes, which the NASDAQ helps with. Keeps me on my toes, keeps me going. The math is you lose 20% per hour of value. You have to purely scalp those. Jeez, okay. Never trade same days, not worth the risk. Makes sense. No, I kind of figured that. Like if I'm taking zero DT options, I might as well just trade like futures. Like I might as well just scalp here, especially since I'm familiar with this, instead of trying to scalp that. Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, you lose 20% per hour of value on your contracts. I do think it is cool though how at least the strategies that I kind of like was introduced to through options, how you're able to, I forgot what was the name option. Oh yeah, I think it was just like a strangle or straddle or something. But just the way that you're able to kind of like, what was it like? You could like buy and sell a call or something at the same time. Or maybe it's like you'd like buy a put. I don't know. The way that it worked though is you'd basically make money if price didn't go over or under a certain value, right? And you basically, yeah, strangles and straddles kind of make money based on the thing not moving, which I did think was interesting. Like you take the premium, and again, I'm still a little rusty with some of the terms and everything because I didn't actually do any of it really. Just like learned a lot about it through like some videos. But definitely was kind of interesting because like instead of just like buying or selling and hoping it goes in your direction, you put on your straddle or your strangle and kind of just like basically being on the market or price staying in between. Like say if I thought I was going to chop or whatever, it's like, oh, if price stays in between 100 and 250 or even like 200, and when it expires, if that's still in there, then I'm chilling, right? I get my premium and my money and everything. So I do think it's kind of cool that it has some of those strategies and options available. But yeah, I never quite got into it and I haven't taken any trades yet in options, but it could be something I dabble in more later. So contract is worth $100 in an hour. If the stock doesn't move, you will be worth $80. Selling premiums is higher success rate, lower return. Yeah, I think that's, yeah, part of the thing I saw is like sell the premiums, high win rate, but like lower return. But I mean, if you're winning all the time, definitely makes it easier emotionally and just like mentally for sure. So I can see why that could be a good strategy for some people. And you don't have much access to your capital. Okay, okay. Yeah, maybe I'll have to like, dabble with that a little bit more. But for now we'll stick to what I know. Let's stick to what has been working. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, they're holding money as collateral. That makes sense. Ooh, a little slap candle there. Now, see if we get any crazy breaking news like we did yesterday. I think you might have just missed it. You might have been off the stream when this happened. Obviously, you knew the short squeeze was happening. You knew the market was going down from the beginning. But around 10:30, Trump said something just kind of randomly. And then boom, the market just tanked. It was something about China and like imports or exports. It was on financial juice, but it was at exactly 10:30. The market kind of went up and then just shot down 180 points in like 3 minutes. It was wild. Definitely a little unexpected, even though that short squeeze was still going on. It was definitely I was like, shoot. 180 points down. Crazy. Oh, Trump's definitely insider trader. I mean, I don't actually know, but he could definitely say something about China or whatever, tariffs, boom, market dump. It'd be very easy for him to make some good money, or even his family. Oh, that's right. Like you said, they'll do anything to shop the market, get some cheaper prices. Yeah, no, if I was related to Trump, I'd say, hey Trump, hit me with that tariff news. But wait till I get short and then do it. That's true. I remember they were talking about, yeah, they were like talking about tariffs, or it was like they're talking about like taking away tariffs or like relieving them a little bit. And literally, yeah, just like the hint or the idea that was like on the horizon pumped the market up. I don't know, I might disagree with some of that just because at a man his age, I mean, some people, don't get me wrong, they're just trying to make money. Obviously, they're greedy. They never know when to stop. But with how much money he already has, I think he's a billionaire. I could be wrong. But with how much money he has, with how old he is, I almost find it a little surprising. Like, if I were him, I would just retire, right? Like, I don't know. Obviously, I'm a different person than he is. But I'd imagine he would just retire, go play golf, right? Go do his thing. Trying to be president and do all this and all the drama, all the hate that he gets. Like, is it really worth it? You don't think insider trading ain't retirement money? Hey, I mean, I'm not saying it's not, but also I think $1 billion is plenty for retirement. I could be wrong though. No, yeah, definitely not disagreeing, but like, that's just a little bit of my perspective is like, why would he even run for president if like he already has all this money? I think he is one of the only presidents who like doesn't take any money as like payments. Like I think most presidents don't they have like a salary? I heard that he doesn't. So like I respect him a little bit for that. But no, definitely insider trading, I can't say that's not happening, right? Some people just keep going. They don't know when to stop making money. Or what's that one person like Nancy Pelosi? Everyone always jokes and memes about her and her notorious stock trading record. Basic insider trading, keep your name out the books. There you go. That's what I need to figure out. I need to figure out the basics so I don't get on the radar, right? No one gets me in trouble. Don't have the FBI knocking on my door. But still can make that bag. Cause I don't have a bag yet. I'm not Trump. I'm not a billionaire. If Nancy doing it, you think Trump crypto tycoon needs? Exactly. Oh, I forgot about the Trump coin. Yeah, I actually totally forgot about that. That was like funny. I like saw the announcement on like Twitter. I almost bought some. I should have, but then I didn't. And I was like, shoot, I could have made like a good 10x real quick. Yeah, is that even? I have to check the price on the Trump coin. I like forgot about that existence of the Trump coin. Trump. Official Trump coin. Where are we at? We're seeing at $5.78. Yeah, it looks like it. So it started at $1.20, more or less. Pumped up to $45. And then since then, it's just kind of slowly climbed back down to 5. So, probably a dead coin. Which is 100% share trading. Yeah, no, again, I don't disagree. There's like, it would be hard to say that he's not. But I do wonder like why would he even need to? But hey, at this point, I mean, I'd say most people, most big names out there, that they got something sketchy going on, so they're tied up in some sort of secret combination or just, you know, whatever you want to call it. That's true. He definitely has a name to live up to, a legacy to leave to his family. Definitely got a good point there. Yeah, all the big names, they're just screwing over the small ones. Like me. They're watching the stream, making sure I don't win. Just kidding. Shorted this low key. Well, if you short it up at 198, that's a pretty good short. Pretty solid so far. You're up 30 points. Hey, most people can't. Most people can't handle the smoke. Or he just got bored. I don't know. Yeah, I never quite answered your question, I don't think. Yeah, probably. I think we've all kind of been there, right? You go on TradingView, go on the 1 hour chart. And like higher time frames do technically have like a little bit more value than lower time frames. Like obviously if you're just looking at only the 1 minute, then yeah, you're probably gonna get chopped up or you're gonna get on the wrong side of the move just because you don't know what's really going on. But like we talked about, like if you're trading the 1 hour chart, like if you're taking like a similar move or a trade that like you might take or that I might take normally, I mean you're risking like 200 to 1,000 points on some of those moves, which is like crazy on the Nasdaq. That's like 4,000 to like $20,000. I think he's talked about it a couple times on stream. Maybe not like in detail, but like obviously it's kind of hard to maybe do that over the chat. But he's kind of talked about it. I think he mentioned like the 15 minutes, 9 EMA, and some other things like that, which we're actually looking back at 8:15. We had a nice little bounce off of it, at least on Nasdaq. I don't know about ES. I think he trades ES as well. Yeah, he might not have been here for that. Might have been like on a Friday or something when he was at his practice. V after V. Yeah, no, this is definitely not the easiest to trade, but also, I mean, technically V after V is just like chop like this. So let's see if we kind of hold up this area again, bounce back up. We definitely could be getting ready for the chop. Had that little move down, found some support there, made our way back up, but we're not really going too much higher, so it might start consolidating here. We'll see. It is almost 9 o'clock, so it is getting to a time where we either make a move or we just chop till after lunch or something. And I did get a little pop there, but it was kind of, I wouldn't say completely random, but like it is a little, sometimes that's where Nasdaq's a little, I'd say it's a little random with the volatility, where we get like the little pop, or even like this one, we got a little shoot down, pop back up. But it definitely is at this level of support here, right? We have this little consolidation from earlier that we bounced off of and kind of held, and then we bounced it right here, and then we bounced it again. So it's not completely random, and we also consolidated over here before. So it's definitely an area with some volume and some previous support. But yeah, the volatility was definitely a little bit random that we kind of just popped up quickly there. Maximizing propfirm usage is definitely the way to go. Take advantage of them while we can. Oh yeah, we got some good questions. Yeah, look at the 5-minute chart. We just got barcode up, down, up, down, up. This one's probably gonna be down. Definitely can't really trade this 5-minute chart. Yeah, volatility has definitely changed a bit, which definitely would lead to some adjusting needing to happen. I've had to do the same a little bit with my strategy and just like risk to reward and different things. Size down a little bit sometimes. Some days gotta size up a little bit and just manage the risk. Yeah, copy trading I think was kind of one of those again kind of trendy, flashy things with prop firms that everyone was doing. It's like, oh, copy trade more accounts, make more money. I think people have been starting to find more success keeping it simple and keeping the accounts kind of at a lower amount. Just copy trading can get kind of messy. And like, if you just trade like one account, get some wins, and then maybe move on to another account after. Something I've just been doing a little bit more recently anyways. Yeah, I was gonna say, if it was back in like May or April, that volatility in April is insane. We had like a 50 ATR on NQ most days. And for example, like right now it's a 14. And the high was like a 20 today. But like back in April with some of those tariff stuff going on with Trump and just the overall volatility, it was nuts. We had like, I think a lot of my trades I was risking like 100 points or more. Like it was not that I would take those trades all the time because 100 points is a lot, but like, I mean, yeah, typical like this trade, which was only 40 points of risk, would have been like 90 or more. And at the time I was trading like 150k prop firm account, so I just would trade one contract or like less. So it's a little easier to manage that. But yeah, volatility back then was crazy. Absolutely wild. Making $1,000 on the 25k account is killer. That's not a person. That's awkward. Not a fan of all these tanks. Oh, I do like that snipe though. Oh, the tank shot me through the other tank. It's like, how am I taking damage? It's awkward. I know, hard to argue against that. He's got some good selling points here. One is most ideal, very low barrier of entry. Get a $90 take profit trade account, make hundreds daily. I think that's who can say no to that? Yeah, I think most people either they don't like trading or they're addicted to trading. There's no in between. Maybe there is, but that's definitely the majority. I might be somewhere in between. I might be one of the more unique cases. Some days I really like it. Some days it's the worst. Yeah, it's the hardest way to make the easiest money. Exactly. And then they turn into egomaniacs and want to do their own things. Exactly. Damn, my team is kicking butt. Of course, I don't know who shot me there. That's awkward. I didn't know this was the thing though. Critical mission success. So if they don't take a point in 40 seconds, do we just like win? I'm not sure if I like that. Oh yeah, the 5-minute chart. I was just looking at it. It's so bad. Like we had like this good price action before where I made my trade, and then we had this bull flag kind of play out, and then since then we've just been barcode. Yeah, if we just win the game in 15 seconds, I don't know if I like that. I think it might happen. I don't know if they're going to take that flag in time. Oh, I should not have missed that. Yeah, so we just win? I don't know if I like that. That's kind of lame. Like, it makes sense, because, like, you don't want the team to just get, like, dominated for, like, 30 minutes, or however long. But, like, I want to play the game. Like, even if I was on the losing team, I'd rather, like, fight my way back to, like, control one of the points, and maybe get a comeback, or maybe just still lose. But to just, like, take the L like that, kind of lame. I later showed my closet friend my strat. He said, "Nah, I'm gonna do my own thing." He pulled the Miles Morales on you. Nah, I'm gonna do my own thing. He started his own trading journey. I take a good strat, bro. That's me too. Like, it might take me a little while to actually like use the strat, just because like I wouldn't have the confidence in it until a lot of forward and back testing. Just why like I still would realistically just take my own trades for now, since those are the ones I'm confident in. But I'm definitely also open to any and all like ideas, insights. It's always cool to learn what people got going on, how they trade, especially if it is a working strategy for 25k accounts. I mean, can't argue with that. Dang. 99 damage. Someone better finish that guy off. I gotta work on my sniping in this game. There we go. Little headshot. Definitely a lot better than Battlefield 1. It's just because of the movement's not as weird. Thank you, sir. Gotta love the good sit in the corner on the trash bag strat. Works every time. Okay, I can't hit him. I was like, I don't know if I can hit that guy. There's like something in the way. Oh yeah, I forgot. TechFlu has his... It's kind of normal strategy, but also his chop strategy with the RSI. Yo, chat. Do y'all just see that? That's a double headshot. Collat. I can't believe I just hit that. That was insane. Thank you, thank you. Definitely clipping that one. If he slices through 15-minute 90 maze, not using a support or resistance, you're probably in chop, and you can use a 1-minute RSI for buying sells. Yeah, I have to start doing that when it starts chopping. Not gonna lie. If the chop is there, you can use the Orbot oversold on the RSI. Moves won't make sense and cut your losses as you do normally. I was not expecting that guy. There's another one. Oh my gosh. forget the time to kill in this game is quick. But I like it quick. Or between 10 p.m. and 3 a.m. There's no momentum being used to the RSI strat. Ah, interesting. That's good to know. In case I decide to do any overnight trading. Or evening trading, I guess. Pick up this guy's gun. Yeah, I think there is a lot of videos on RSI. So I'm guessing you just keep the settings kind of default. Like RSI, I just pulled up on TradingView just out of curiosity. Default settings have like the 14. RSI length is 14, source close. I'm guessing I just like some default settings. And it has like the overbought, or the high line is like 70, the low line is like 30. So I'm guessing he just sells if it's above a 70 and buys if it's below a 30. My team needs some help. They're struggling. We were doing all right, but now we're not. Yeah, this strat definitely seems a little bit easier than the other one, possibly. Oh, taking fire. Our side 70-30 ranges stop working when there's momentum because Momo will extend the levels. Yeah, and that's when like the chop kind of stops anyways. That makes sense. When you get that momentum. Oh boy. How is there a claymore right there? My teammates are right here. Maybe not. Oh well. Strong long move. We'll go from 60 to 74 to 60 to 72 to 65 to 70. I like it, I like it. Oh, do you see how high that guy jumped? This man's got a 70-inch vertical. Love the grind, bro. Keep it up. Hey, appreciate it. Yes, sir. Oh, thank you for the roses as well. Dang, he's just hiding. What can you do? Yeah, that makes sense. Gotta know when it's chopping or not. Because, yeah, you were saying you only trade the RSI strategy when it's choppy. When there's no momentum. My smoke didn't work. Man, that's the worst feeling in this game. When you like look one direction and you see your teammates there, so you look away, and then you die from that same direction because your teammates died or the teammates just didn't shoot the person that was there and they somehow shot you. Crazy. Alright, let's see. Also, I guess his teammate shot me too, but I was like, there's no way this guy killed me before I killed him. That's wild. I'm gonna have to start sweating here, jeez. These guys are hiding in like every single crevice possible. There's a lot of them over there. Yeah, K-Dubs is he's an OG as well. He's been here for a while. Except on Fridays, because these guys has like track practice. Oh, I didn't know you can go back here. Yeah, I might have to test that out a little bit during 10 p.m. Eastern to 3 a.m. That's like not even that late for me. It's like 8 o'clock to 1 in the morning. Oh, that was so bad. Bad push, bad push. I don't really know how to push this. So do you also do your typical like scaling strategy with the RSI, or is that only the other one with the momentum? Dang. Alright, get me out, get me out. Oh, say that again. I was saying, with like the risk management for the RSI strategy, is it the same that you were talking about earlier with like the 9 and then like the 2.75 or whatever, and then you like scale in, or do you only scale in with like the momentum moves? Well, that's not what I meant to do. No scale, just straight trades. Okay, that's what I kind of thought with the choppy ones. So yeah, it'd be hard to scale in when you're just going for like little moves off the chop. Barely see him there. Alright, back to the high. Still following this kind of chop we're in right now. Oh, dang, I got hit by everything. Fire, grenade. Oh, that was just terrible spawn. Got annihilated. Main strat is 15-minute 9 length EMA bounced with a 75% ATR TP and advanced skill risk. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that strategy when you talked about that before. Have you tested it without the advanced scale risk? Like if you just had a like for some of the more, to keep it simple, right? Because I like to keep things simple, but also for some people they won't be able to kind of handle the advanced ATR, or not advanced ATR, but the advanced scaling. But have you tested it with just keeping like a static risk? Is it pretty similar, or is it not nearly as effective? Works with no scaling. I might have to try that one out too, especially on some of my maybe my evals or something. See if I can pass an eval trading like that. Yeah, if I ever am just like bored, in the evenings, 10 p.m. to 3 a.m. Eastern. Might have to try out the chop as well. But the scaling initiatively makes you trade intuitively. Okay, I was like, that makes more sense. The scaling intuitively makes you trade momentum correctly. That makes sense. Wait, do we have any more? Score as engineer. Yeah, we'll play engineer. Don't hold moves to push against you, take profit at reasonable levels, maximize gains, etc. Okay, so you're saying you usually cut your losses pretty short. Like, I'm guessing, do you not have a stop loss or like a super strict stop loss? Or do you have like a hard stop but you still will cut them short if it just kind of goes against you? Or I guess if you're doing your hard stops, you can cut as well. Okay. Yeah, you also mentioned the advanced scaling. So yeah, if you're kind of scaling as you go down in price, kind of average out a better entry. Rats. Nine points initial, 2.75 after 2 points in profit. Okay, so pretty quickly you cut your losses at like 2.75 max. Dang, half my bullets didn't even register there at the end. 6 points initial, my fault. Okay. So yeah, a little bit of room on the ES. Six points initial, then 2.75 TP is 9 points after sizing up. Gotcha. Yeah, I'd be curious to see as well if it works as well on ES, or not ES, NASDAQ. Yeah, seems like you pretty typically just trade ES. Yeah, I'd definitely be curious if it works similarly on NQ, just because I'm a little more familiar with it. Not that I couldn't. Obviously, back test, forward test, familiarize myself more with ES, but definitely would be kind of curious as well, just kind of based off the ATR and stuff, apply similar principles and make it work on NQ as well. Imagine it wouldn't be too difficult. kind of adapt it. Not sure if I like this gun or not. Oh, maybe I do. That was pretty nice. Ratios would be the same, but the risk per trade would probably be higher. That makes sense. Yeah. Since NQ is just a beast.
Fucking medic.
Oh, we got a lot of guys here. ATR on ES 50 minute has to be above 7.5. Then you can see the numbers. Hold up, I'm gonna see the conversion. Okay, okay. It's easy. I forget how high the ATR changes when you change it to the 15-minute chart compared to like the 1 minute. Puts the ATR on the NASDAQ up to a 46. Or the ES is like a 9.7 on the 15-minute. But yeah, we've had, I mean, even just today, even with a little bit of the chop, we've had 2 really good bounces off the 9 EMA on the 15-minute for NQ. ES slid through this one a little bit, but we still held it pretty nicely. But yeah, NQ had almost a perfect bounce here, and then right here as well. Dang, team's getting dominated again. Also not playing the best. I want to like this gun. But so far, I feel like it's time to kill is just not great compared to all the other guns that are killing me. Yeah, I'm like barely getting these guys before they take me out. Yeah, I'm switching. Something else. I don't know what though. Maybe I'll try this one. Now, this guy's not the worst feeling. Alright, we got some points now. Substance feels alright. For now. Ooh, sellers coming in. Coming in hot. See if we hold that 90 MA. .35 TP, 23 initial risk, 11 scale. Alright, alright. That sounds pretty like reasonable. That sounds about right for like the NASDAQ. Kind of like a medium to above average profit target. Like very doable most days. But still higher than like a scalp. So 460 per trade risk. Yeah, 460 for the 23 points. That's not bad. Even like trading like, yeah, 1 mini. The ES is 300. Okay, so yeah, you probably want to trade ES if you want to risk a little less. Unless you just trade like micros and size down a little bit. I know some people don't like sizing down and trading micros if they don't have to. So ES might be the move for those people. Yeah, 460 is not bad. Especially if you do only take like 1 trade a day on like a 50k account. That's pretty manageable. So do you typically, I mean, I got the 15-minute chart up here like right now. So I'm guessing because we came down and bounced it right here and came right back down, maybe you wouldn't take this, but I would still be curious, like if maybe that is something you would take because they came back down and got in here. But also, I definitely be curious if you said you usually mark it in, you don't have like limit orders. So do you wait for any sort of reaction off of the 90 MA, or when it touches it or gets near it and starts to bounce, do you just buy or sell or whatever?
Fuck! I'm bleeding out, medic!
Looks like it's getting a little bounce right now. She points out around the MA pre-printing. I think that hurt. Just catching strays today. 2 points on the yes or 2 points on the NASDAQ. Because that definitely makes a big difference as well. Long momentum is kind of slowing down. I'd wait for a short. Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, this is getting a nice little bounce here, but I definitely would agree that the momentum up is definitely slowing down. Did not see that guy. Might be able to win this if we can just hold some of these points. Might be able to come back. Oh, I'm dead. This guy knows I'm here. Okay, so if it's not respecting it, that's what I was kind of wondering, yes. Wait for some sort of reaction or confirmation. Because yeah, sometimes it does obviously slide right through it, and that's what would indicate the chop. Gotta stop spawning right where I die. It's not fun. It's also just like a sweatier game. I'm just not. It's not ready for the sweat. I'm just here to chill, shoot some people, read chat, maybe trade some more. At this point, the long move was weak, so I'd be looking for a short. Then, if the EMA isn't very in the move, I would get out of the trade. Okay. Yeah, it is about that chop time. That's why I got Battlefield 6 going. Still might get a setup of sorts, but not trying to force anything or overanalyze the charge, overtrade, because that can get messy. Dang it. There we go. It's a nice little office though. I wouldn't mind doing some trading or working here. Little L desk. Little window view. It's kind of nice. Okay, I'm liking this SMG. Can work with this. Strong momentum off. Open, pull back. Chop, no follow through to the upside. I gotta get out of here, I'm gonna die. Yeah, we had a nice little push off the open. And then, yeah, we had that pull back and kind of chop without a lot of follow through to the upside. We actually could be falling through the upside now, finally. But also, we're still just kind of chilling at the top of the range. So, I don't know why I did not register that that was a guy. I was just looking at price. Priorities, right? Yeah, no strong went to the downside either. We did get a little reversal. It's no touch for me. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, it looks like it's kind of working, but yeah, just because it's working doesn't mean it's something you would be wanting to be a part of. But let's see, what was I? Yeah, what about this initial, at least on NASDAQ? I mean, ES is a little different. It didn't really respect the 90MA too well on that move. But with the NQ, had the strong momentum up, pulled back on the 15, right in that area of the 90MA. I'm guessing that would have been a pretty solid trade to take. With the EMAs on that 1 hour, 2 hour, daily, and weekly strong long bias. Oh yeah, definitely got some strong long bias going. Also, why can't I spawn on C? That's kind of unfortunate. We're still gonna lose this game. I feel like we've been doing pretty well the last little bit. I guess we're not gonna be able to keep up the momentum here. Oh, this was so not smart. At least I got that guy. I got him. So the cover after the weak burial would be a long entry. Gotcha. I think I'm catching on. Looks like the long momentum might be coming back here. Just a little bit with this move here. But yeah, still relatively choppy still. And it is about that time, lunchtime, where we like to chop a lot. Might be about that time for me, but we'll finish this game. It's almost over. Anyways. Yeah, that was a great bounce off the 90MA, even if it wasn't like the move, just because of the lack of momentum and stuff. At least on NASDAQ, we bounced like right off that 15-minute 90MA. Now we're all the way up at the highs. Defeat. I kind of want to play another game, but probably shouldn't. So like my assessment would be long bias entries, potential follow through at 1 p.m. Gotcha. Yeah, yes, you have 6 points with initial entry, so you have breathing room. It's always nice to let it breathe just a little bit, let it do its thing. Especially NASDAQ, because it can be pretty nasty sometimes with the wicks. $23 points on NQ. Yeah, that's a good amount of breathing room for sure. That'll should keep you safe for most of the random wicks or stuff like that. Oh yeah, I definitely have to experiment with that a little bit per chance. Gotcha, yeah, I never used on NQ, specifically built for ES, but doesn't mean it wouldn't work. But I do imagine with a little extra volatility and kinda wickiness of NQ might make it a little bit more difficult. But I imagine it still would work. You can also use the scout spy options because it's 1-to-1 with yes. Well, that's true, I didn't even think about that. That is correct. I did know that spy correlates with it. 1-to-1. So you got little options and futures. That's nice to keep the same strategy too, just to keep things kind of simple, consistent. Yeah, yeah. Stock versus yes. I did happen to know that. And isn't like is SPX also the same? Or is that something like I think that's another one that's like the same. S&P 500 index. There's like a couple of different things. I try and keep it simple. I'm mostly focused on futures recently. SPX, I don't even know. Yeah, no. There's like SPY, SPX, but then there's also just like, yeah, exactly. There's too much. There's too much stuff going on. That's what I'm saying. All I know is it's the S&P 500, right? That's what it is. But yeah, there's like the stock, there's the futures, there's the indice, there's a couple different stuff going on. Yeah, we'll call it yes. S&P 500 E-mini futures. And yeah, SPY's options. Anyways, cool stuff. Cool stuff. Appreciate all the comments again, though. Diving into the strategy a little bit more. K-Dub's missed out a little bit, unless he's still here. Now it looks like he did end up going. He'll be back Monday, though. Ooh, it's 6K. SPY is 600. Ah, I see. SPY. Wait. Too much stuff. SPX is the 1-to-1 with ES future. Okay. Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah, I looked up SPY and like the chart looks pretty similar, but yeah, it's like 670. Let's fix it is leveraged SPY stock. Okay, that makes more sense. No, yeah, I better better take it easy so I don't overload my brain here. Just kidding. No, this isn't too complicated. It's 1/3 SPY with 3x volatility. Gotcha. Well, with that though, I'm gonna call it a day. Market's probably just gonna keep chopping around. Gonna go eat some lunch. But appreciate everyone in the stream hanging out. It's been good, as always. Catch you guys later. Have a good rest of your day. Feel free to follow, subscribe if you're new, and if you enjoyed the stream. If not, no worries. See you later, hopefully. Peace out.